Hello, data folks. Thanks for joining me again on our channel for data and IT professionals. We've been exploring a lot of data technologies that are widely used by companies around the world. Along those lines, today we're diving into Airbyte. We'll cover what Airbyte is, highlight its standout features, show you how to get Airbyte up and running on your local Windows or Ubuntu machine with a simple one-click installation. And finally, we'll demonstrate the steps involved in an end-to-end Airbyte pipeline setup. All right, let's jump straight into it. Airbyte is an open-source data integration platform designed to help teams extract, load, and synchronize data across a wide variety of sources and destinations. Now, let's talk about some of its key advantages and standout features. Airbyte supports a wide range of data sources and destinations. It offers connectors for 600-plus sources, and this number continues to grow with the support of a large community of contributors. Next, Airbyte fully supports modern extract, load, and transform architecture, and it brings all the advantages of ELT to life. In our previous 5-tran video, we explained the advantages of modern ELT architecture in an easy-to-digest format. If you have not watched it yet, I've included the link in the description, and I highly recommend checking it out. Airbyte supports advanced sync patterns such as incremental updates, change data capture, and automatic handling of schema changes. Next, cost is another key advantage. Airbyte offers a fully open-source version that you can install locally or in your cloud environment and use for free, without restrictions on how much data you can sync. That makes it a great choice for teams and organizations that want enterprise-grade pipelines without the heavy subscription costs. And with its Pro and Enterprise editions also available, it gives you the flexibility to move to a paid version anytime your requirements expand. Finally, extensibility. For instance, if a connector doesn't exist for the specific source or destination you're working with, Airbyte makes it easy to build one using their connector development kit to support your custom needs. Now, it's time to see Airbyte in action. If you're on Ubuntu, you can follow these steps directly. But if you're on Windows, you'll first need to install the lightweight Ubuntu Terminal app from the Microsoft Store. Once that's installed, go ahead and open the Ubuntu Terminal. I've made the setup process super easy for you with this one-click installation script, and I've added the link to my repo in the video description. All you need to do is create a script file in your home directory and copy the contents from my GitHub repo. Please use Ctrl-D to save changes. Remember to make this file executable. Once that's done, simply run the script. Enter your Ubuntu password if prompted. That's it. The script will install all the necessary dependencies and bring up all the required Airbyte components. This process might take a little while, so please be patient. To save time, I'll skip ahead to the point where the installation is complete. Well done! The installation has completed successfully, and I can now access the Airbyte UI in my web browser. The Airbyte URL and password are displayed here, so make a note of them. If you happen to misplace the credentials, you can use this command at the end of the script to view them again. For the very first time, you'll need to provide your email ID and some company name. This email ID will be used as your username for logging in. And here it is, the Airbyte UI we've been waiting to see. Source, destinations, and connections are the three main tabs you will mostly be working on. The Builder tab lets you create custom sources and destinations when a connector isn't available. The Settings tab lets you configure notifications and manage various options. For this demo, I'm going to set up a simple data pipeline that loads data from a Postgres database into a Snowflake data warehouse. If you want to follow along, please make sure you have these accounts ready. They're all free and don't require credit card details. I've also shared a GitHub repo link in the video description. You can use it to set up production-like source tables in your Postgres database and practice these steps along with me. For seamless connectivity, always check if there are updates available for your source and destination connectors. All right, let's build our first data pipeline together.
Please go to the Sources tab.
Search for the one you need. In my case, it's Postgres. Now, we need to fill in the connection parameters. These will differ depending on the source you select, but there's always a setup guide on the right to help you. Let's fill in the details. I'm using information from my Postgres console. Similarly, you should obtain the same from your system, or request them from your administrator. Make sure to set the SSL mode to Required. This is a very important step for Postgres because it determines how change data capture, or CDC, will work. After the initial load, we don't want to reprocess the entire table every time we resync. For efficient CDC, you need to complete 3 steps in Postgres. Enable logical replication. Create a replication slot. And create a publication. I'll not go too deep into the technical details, but at a high level, the replication slot keeps track of inserts, updates, or deletes to your table since the last sync. And the publication defines which tables are tracked for these data changes. These commands are already included in the link I've provided in the description. Back in the Airbyte UI, enter the replication slot and publication names that you created in Postgres. Once all the details are filled in, click Set Up Source.
Perfect.
All connection tests have passed. Let's move to the Destinations tab. The Destinations tab is where you configure your target system or data warehouse. Look for the target system you want to configure, Snowflake in my case. As mentioned before, the exact configurations will vary depending on the destination you select, but you'll see a complete guide on the right-hand side. In real-world projects, companies usually set up a separate Snowflake user and warehouse for Airbyte. The instructions are available here, but for this demo, I'm using my own account that has required permissions. Fill in the account details. You can get these from your Snowflake UI, just like I do. During the first run, Airbyte will automatically create the target schema and tables, but the database you configure must already exist in Snowflake. If it doesn't, make sure to create it first. You must manually add the SSL mode require parameter, otherwise, the connection may fail. Once all the required details are filled in, click Set Up Destination. All connection tests have passed, and the destination has been created. Now that we have both a source and a destination, let's go ahead and create a connection to link them together. Let's start by choosing the source. Next, we'll select the destination. Airbyte will now fetch the schema of your data from the source, including the tables, column names, and other details. Once that completes, you should see this page. Right over at the top, you can select the sync mode. Most users choose Replicate Source, which means the destination always reflects the latest state of the source. In this mode, each row in the source corresponds to one row in the destination. For example, in a customer address table, you'll only see the customer's current address. Historical or previous addresses won't be stored. On the other hand, if you choose Append Historical Changes, Airbyte keeps multiple rows for a customer, tracking their historical addresses, something similar to a Type 2 slowly changing dimension. Further down, you can control this behavior at the table level. Airbyte offers more granular options here, so you can pick the setup that best fits your needs. Next, you can decide which tables to load into your destination. Simply use the checkboxes to select or deselect tables as needed. Not just that, you can also control which columns to include or exclude. Once you're ready, please click Next. On this screen, you can adjust the sync frequency to match your requirements. You can also choose the schema, where the tables will be loaded in the destination. Optionally, you can add a prefix to each table name in the destination. Once everything is configured, click Finish and Sync. The first load will always be a full load, so depending on the size of your tables, it may take some time. Please be patient. And there we go. The sync has completed successfully. Right here, you can check the detailed sync log. Now, let's head over to the Snowflake target and take a look at the results. All the tables we selected in the Airbyte connection are now available in the data warehouse under the database and schema we configured. Everything looks perfect. Setting up this pipeline is a one-time activity. Once it's up and running, you can basically forget about it because Airbyte works in the background, automatically keeping the source and target in sync. That's all for today. Please stay tuned for our next video, where we'll explore more data technologies. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button to stay up to date with our latest content. Thanks for watching.